And I think you kind of answered. I just want to put a point on it, though. If he was interested in extending beyond this year, are the Lakers interested in having LeBron James as part of the team?
Yeah, I think I've said before in a previous question, we would love if LeBron's story would be to retire as a Laker. That'd be a positive story.
Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we got to talk about it, man. It's KG and Michael Jordan's former teammate, Stacey King, have both come out and accused LeBron James of faking his sciatic nerve injury, saying that, LeBron is upset that the Lakers didn't offer an extension. LeBron will turn 41 in December, and the type of money LeBron's looking for, I can't too much blame the Lakers. I can't pay you for 3 years in the future as the franchise guy, not at this stage in your career. If you wanted that, you should have came to the team in your early 30s or something like that, but can't continue to pay you that amount of money to play basketball. Would love to have you, but can't. It don't make sense for nobody that's ever played the game. This isn't specific to LeBron. This is just logical. We're going to listen to what both men have to say, though, about LeBron and the sciatic nerve injury. Let's check it out.
Everybody's been here. Guess what this feels like to me? Y'all don't want to get that deal done? All right, cool. Hey, Rich, hit the light on that shit. This is leverage, my dog. This is the GOAT telling everybody, or the greatest of his time, telling everybody, yeah, this is how we gonna run this. This feels like leverage. Yeah, I ain't
So
playing
you
no
saying he's
preseason,
not
I
hurt?
ain't playing Wolves.
So you saying he's not hurt?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
That's
LeBron.
what I'm
I
saying.
can't speak
I'm
for
saying you
LeBron.
said it sounded like leverage, like press the
I
button.
said
That
it
sounds
feels like leverage. I ain't say if he not hurt or hurt. I ain't getting into that. I said this feels like leverage.
You love the game, though. You want to
Yeah,
play.
he love
right?
the game, want to play, but they ain't gonna do him any kind of way.
What do you think about the Lakers now as they transition from being a LeBron team to a Luka team?
Well, I think the transition started last year, so
Yeah.
it's not something new. And I think that's one of the reasons why you see LeBron not showing up at team meetings, not doing the things, missing training camp. LeBron's in one of those situations right now. Like, if you don't want to play in preseason, you don't have to play in preseason. You're 40 years old. We already know what you can do. They pretty much they should just came out from the very get-go and just said he's not going to be part of preseason. He's going to practice, but we're going to hold him out for the regular season. They didn't do that. And now it looks bad on LeBron because they see you dancing, on videos, you're at concerts, you're playing golf. You got sciatic nerve problem. You ain't playing golf. You ain't playing 36 holes of golf. That just ain't gonna happen. And I'm not saying he's not hurt, but it doesn't look good when they see you doing other things and not on the basketball court. Again, it'd just been better if they just said we're gonna hold him out to the first game. He's an all-time great. He doesn't need to be in training camp. We're happy we're going. Luka's here. Boom, boom. Luka's in better shape. I think what LeBron is doing is seeing what kind of start they get off to. So if the Lakers get off to how many games he's supposed to miss?
They're saying probably about 11 or 12.
Okay, let's just say the Lakers go 9-2 without him. Now you're gonna see. Nope, I got to get back now. You might see him back if they go 5-0.
Yeah.
He might come back sooner. Oh, I feel a lot better. I'm coming back now. But if they don't, let's just say they're on the other side of that mark and they go, 2-9.
Yeah. Oh, it still hurts. Oh,
yeah. Now, what it looks like now is so you can't win without me.
Right.
You guys got to start 11 games. You can't win without me. And he's really mad that they didn't offer him a contract extension like Kevin Durant got in Houston.
Yeah.
He didn't get that because I think the Lakers are slowly trying to move away from him and, position themselves for Luka and to build around Luka because realistically, it's hard to build, even though as great as LeBron is still playing at a high level, you don't know how many more years he actually is going to be able to play at that level.
Yeah.
So you got a kid now who's 25 years old. He's a true superstar, okay? We got to start building around him and putting the players necessary for when LeBron does leave in the next year or two, that we have to position ourselves to be in a transition year where we're not transitioning being a team that's like a top 3 team to a lottery-based team. We want to still be in the mix with Luka when the keys are finally passed over to him.
So you hear Stacey King right there saying that LeBron is pretty much faking based off the contract, just like KG said in so many words. Now, KG said do him any kind of way. I don't see it that way. I see it more like Stacey is saying, as far as you have to put younger players around him. You can't continue to have LeBron James or even the cloud, of the expectation of LeBron James around the team. You gotta let Luka carve his own path because we still looking at LeBron's legacy. While knowing that Luka, the balance of power is shifted, it won't truly shift until LeBron James is out of that locker room. To be honest with you, and Luka can either sink or swim when that is handed over to him to wear the the heavy burden that comes with being the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. But he can't truly fully wear that until LeBron's gone. So I don't know if LeBron's faking. Like I said, in another video, that sciatica can flare up, but you can do some things with it depending on how severe it is. Um, Now, will he be playing golf with sciatica like that? That would be tough for me. If it was really bad, that would be tough for me to envision. Is he going to be going to the verses? I know Mia X says she's seeing him in the crowd at the verses. He's been going to concerts, dancing. Seen him dancing with Draymond all summer at different events. Um, we've seen LeBron do a lot of things that would suggest that he may not have sciatica as he's indicated, and this is a play, to bargain to get the money that he wants or to really stick it to the Lakers or to say, yes, I opted in and I'm just going to collect this check and not play my final year. And I'll use injury as an excuse, and more power to him, put himself in that position and all that to collect, 52 million, I believe it is, to do nothing. But as far as the basketball team is concerned, this would be, if I'm the Lakers, this is more of the reason not to extend him, regardless of how the season goes. Like, just kind of let him fade on out. Um, you look at LeBron's history, though, since he left for Miami, he's always controlled the way that his deals were structured. He always had the player option when he wanted it, when he wanted to opt out, when he wanted to opt in, no trade clauses. All of that language was in his contracts. This is probably the first time that LeBron didn't get an option to re-sign. He didn't even, the option to re-sign isn't there. You heard how Rob Pelinka said that at the beginning of the video. He said if LeBron's story was to end with the Lakers, that would be a good story. That is language. That's pretty much saying next question, in a nice way. He's just a professional at saying it. But any other time you would have asked him, he said, "Oh, signing LeBron's going to be the first order of business. He'll take time to make his decision, but we will definitely do what we can on our end." He didn't say that. Those are not the words he used this time. So, it's a lot of power structure or a lot of struggle going on behind the scene as far as power dynamics. I spoke about WME and Luka Doncic coming in, taking over. Clutch Sports power dwindling within the organization. Um, Too many factors. Rich Paul came out, uh, spoke ahead of the season saying LeBron wants a chance to compete. And so all of these things point to LeBron may be, doing this silent protest thing with the Lakers and, he's going to collect his money. But what I do know is LeBron would want his farewell tour on the court where all the arenas can acknowledge him. He's not going to be one of these players that just retires and just it's over. He's not that type of person. He's going to love the attention for that he's supposed to get, like Kobe and those guys. And he would love to put that in the documentary that he's going to release after his career, his last dance, his version of Last Dance that is most certainly coming, because him and Mike compete on so many levels off the court. Um, and LeBron is really doing it because Jordan was always doing the Last Dance, but they compete so many ways, off the court that um, there's no way he's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think in the comments about all this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.